Hi guys, this is Bob Kamangar, and I wanted to share with you some of the gardening tips that I've learned over the years. This is a garden that I designed and had built that I think turned out really nicely. Years ago I found this antique gate at an antique store and I bought it with this vegetable garden in mind. We had this built about 2 years ago. But let's go over some of the gardening lessons I've learned out here in Los Altos Hills. So first of all, we have a lot of gophers here in the hills. So what we did was we put a layer of base rock, that's kind of that bluish, hard compacting rock underneath, and then we put a layer of weed control, and then we put this crushed gravel, which is nice. I like the color that creates that Napa Valley look or wine country look. The other big problem we have here is that we have tons of squirrels, birds, crows. They will eat everything. You will never see a cucumber. They'll come and eat the flower before it turns into a cucumber. So what I've had to do is I bought at the hardware store this laminated netting, and I put these posts in. I don't know if you can see it, but this green post, and then I tied it to the post. But that served to deter them from coming over that easily, but they still climb it. So then I had to find this netting, which is for birds, but it also serves to keep out the squirrels. If you do little nail holes, and I need to do more of them, because this is no good, they'll just climb over it. So what you can do is do little nail holes around it and then put them down over it. There's also another fabric that's white, lets about 60% or 70% of the light through. I tried that. It'll make your vegetable garden look like a ghost house. I'm not a fan of that, but if you have to, you might have to try those. The biggest lesson I learned in building this vegetable garden, and this one you have to zoom in to see, is I had them install sprinklers, 6 of them here, 1, 2 in the corners, 1, 2 in the middle, and 1, 2 in the other end. And over time I realized that the spray water from the sprinkler heads was actually damaging and causing rot for a lot of the vegetables. So then I had to convert it, and let me show you that by coming over here and seeing what I did. I took what was formerly a sprinkler head here, and then I converted it to a drip system with this tubing that actually lets out water. It sweats out like a person sweating, tons of little beads. But of course that's more painful if you do it after you already have the vegetable garden, because you see this hose is going through the entire garden, looping back. I still have a couple heads that are spraying, so next year I will convert all of this to have it be drip, because they actually don't, like tomatoes, they get yellow and bad things happen if they're getting wet every night, and then they prefer to be soaked with water underneath. The other thing to share with you is we did this as a raised bed garden because it's nicer on the back when you're in there working. What I decided to build it from was 2x6s. You see the layer here up top? We put a layer up top and then 2 layers going down. And that seemed to be very nice way to raise it just high enough. And then we did line the inside of it with chicken wire, because believe it or not, the gophers will find the way, and it'll be very frustrating when you create a raised bed garden and you still have gophers in there coming from underneath. So we put a whole layer of chicken wire under it. Then the other thing to share with you is you need to plant with the orientation of the sun in mind. So this artichoke plant, for example, is at the end. These corn plants are at the end. I made a mistake here. I put the climbing beans in the middle, but that tends to block the sun because of the orientation of my vegetable garden, so the back here doesn't get as much sun. In retrospect, I was better off building these beds this way, probably, because our sun goes up and sets west that way. And the other thing is, you do this decorative fencing around the vegetable garden and you create a path around it. I think that's really cute to be able to walk around your entire vegetable garden and service it from all sides. And you can do wonderful things. This material I picked up at Bruce Bauer Lumber down in Mountain View, Palo Alto border. And these posts and wood I got also from them. It's cedar, it becomes a little bit gray. I think it's pretty handsome looking. that's about it. And this netting, this fence material, they also sell there, which I think lasts pretty well. It's not designed to keep animals out. It's really decorative. You have to be aware that rabbits are going to go through this. This is pretty much for show. You're going to need this to keep the animals out. And one other thing to share with you, these loops are very, very helpful because they keep the net off of the plants, and they come in pieces like this that you put together with little couplings like this. So this goes into that without any glue or anything, and then this goes into that, and then it actually bends all the way around. It's very, very helpful. I could not find this anywhere but online at a company called Gardeners, plural, gardeners.com. They're a wonderful website for all kinds of material for your gardening needs. Hope you find this video helpful, and I'll see you around town.